Gettysburg is less than 10 minutes away, but the Seahawk is now on scene and has located the pirates.
I think I got 4, maybe possibly 5 people there.
After seeing the Navy chopper, the pirates call off their attack and flee the scene.
Right now it's bearing 270 from us. Roger. Coming easy left, 270.
Pirates are furiously dumping their weapons overboard. They know if they can't outrun the Navy and make it back to Somalia, the next best thing is to get rid of any evidence of piracy in order to avoid prosecution. The Gettysburg isn't about to give up.
About 25 knots.
Coming up, the Navy goes face to face with pirates. In the Gulf of Aden, Somali pirates have been hijacking cargo ships and holding them for ransom. Traveling in small skiffs, it's hard to believe that they could take over a massive ship, but they do so nearly every day of the week. First, they pull alongside their prey and display an arsenal of automatic machine guns and rocket-propelled grenade launchers. If the ship doesn't stop, they don't hesitate to unleash their firepower. RPGs can knock a Black Hawk helicopter out of the sky as easily as they can rip through a ship's hull, disabling or even sinking it. Pirates then throw grappling hooks over the side of the ship and begin to board, while one member keeps the RPG aimed at the hull. Most merchant crews carry only small arms and are not trained to defend their ships from rocket-propelled grenades and machine guns. Within minutes, the pirates are on the bridge and in charge.
Set. Counter-piracy condition Bravo.
On their first day in the Gulf of Aden, the pirate hunters on board the USS Gettysburg have just received a distress call. The ship's Seahawk helicopter arrives on scene first, and as soon as the crew aims its .50 caliber machine gun at their skiff, the pirates come to a stop and appear ready to surrender.
We need to get the ship into position to start the next phase, which is counter-piracy condition Alpha.
Counter-piracy condition Alpha is when we load up the ribs and the game's on. We're going out.
2 of the 6-man counter-piracy teams board rigid-hulled inflatable boats, or ribs. These lightweight, high-performance boats travel up to about 35 miles per hour and will carry out a carefully orchestrated tactical maneuver.
Secure your lines!
They travel along the side of the Gettysburg, using it as cover until the last minute. Then they speed around the back of the ship and head toward the pirates. One rib takes a cover position, while the other makes what's known as a horseshoe maneuver to assess the danger. Then they make their move.
They say you have permission to approach the suspected pirate vessel. The pirate starts pumping a little bit. You know, your whole team, you can see the excitement in your team's face, you know, because you've been talking about it for weeks.
With 2 teams in the water, a 3rd team waits on the deck of the Gettysburg.
Team 1's got approach on this. Team 2 got cover. So we're going to stay back here and handle any pirates that they might collect. Our first mission in theater, we're riding the ribs right up alongside the skiff. We don't know what's on board. Waiting until we get alongside X, get on board. You know, that guy could come up with an AK-47, or he could be just a fisherman until you get up there and talk to him. You don't know.
Pull alongside, the translator's right there with us. Tell them to get their hands on their head and, you know, move to the front of their vessel. And immediately they did it.
Keep your hands up! Hands up, hands up!
Searched the vessel, searched the suspected pirates. There were 6 on board.
The boarding team moves the 6 pirates onto their boats and searches the skiff for evidence. All they turn up are fuel containers, blankets, and an old kitchen knife. The real weapons are at the bottom of the ocean, where the pirates threw them overboard.
The decision was made to go and apprehend these guys and take them into custody.
Though the suspected pirates have dumped the evidence, the International Coalition's rules of engagement allow the Navy to apprehend anyone they suspect of piracy for further questioning. The suspected pirates will be held until the Navy determines if there is enough evidence to prosecute them.
That's what we do. We do what we do.
Man. Hey, awesome job.
One good one under our belt, shove the captain. We know what we're doing.
All in all, it was pretty good.
So first mission's out of the way. It's supposed to be a training mission, but ended up being A lot more. Got 6 suspected pirates right off. Good first mission for us. Get that pirate flag up on the side of the ship now.
What you want to do when you're taking your pictures, you want to get anything you can find out from their name, any tribes that they're in, any scars and tattoos they may have. Even though we may not speak a language that they do, we have our translators. Get as much out of them as you can.
But after reporting to Combined Task Force 151 Command, the Gettysburg is told to return the men to their skiff and let them go.
They were questioned, their fingerprints were taken, and pictures were taken so that we could identify them later. However, after the search was conducted, we didn't find any conclusive evidence of piracy, so we would not be able to prosecute them.
Even though the suspected pirates were seen dumping their weapons, the coalition's standard for prosecution is that the men be caught in the actual act of piracy. But their fingerprints and photos are entered into a database of suspected pirates, so that if they are ever apprehended again, a stronger case can be built.
We would put them back in the skiff and release them. At that point, told them to go back to Somalia.
You have to let those guys go.
Everybody's talking smack. Y'all aren't going to do anything. The BSS team isn't going to do anything out there. Y'all don't do nothing. Y'all just sit around. We were in theater for, what, 10 minutes? And we got a call? We're like, wow. What was that?
They say, oh, there's weapons on board, and you know, and we got the helo says, oh, they're throwing them over, and we get there and there's no evidence for us anymore. They've thrown all the weapons, they've thrown all the RPGs, you know. So how do we make a case based on what they have? They have a hook and a ladder.
Sooner or later we'll get something. That or we're just gonna sit out here for the next couple months and go harass some more fishermen.
But only 4 days later, the counter-piracy teams get a second chance to bust some pirates. Patrolling a shipping lane directly between Somalia and Yemen, the Gettysburg receives another panicked radio call.
Stereo bridge, we just received a bridge transmission from the motor vessel Aegean Champion. They're sounding very nervous.
Aegean Champion has one skiff closing, weapons notice on board, closing at high speed, requesting assistance at this time. Passing information on 151.
We receive a call from a ship saying, hey, we're under attack. There's a small skiff trying to get on board our vessel, and they've got guns. They're heavily armed.
Motor vessel Aegean Champion, this is Coalition warship. We are approaching your vessel at best speed.
The Aegean Champion, a Liberian tanker, is under attack approximately 25 miles from the Gettysburg.
We turn and burn, get the engines up.
All right, let's come up to 27 knots.
And get going at best speed towards that vessel.
Counter-piracy condition Bravo is the command for boarding teams to man up for another mission. Meanwhile, the ship's Seahawk helicopter races to the scene. At a speed of 150 miles per hour, it will be there in minutes. While the teams prepare to deploy, the Seahawk has just arrived on the scene.
Looks like 5 skinnies on board, lots of fuel tanks.
Pilot Jamie Powers hovers over the suspected pirate skiff and radios intelligence back to the Gettysburg.
You see any ladders or anything, grappling hooks? Not right now, I'm not.
We got a small skiff out there, a couple people on board, looking like 5, 6, somewhere in that range. Helo's been over top, getting some good pictures of it. We're still trying to narrow down what exactly is going on there. Split up your groups, final briefings, safety checks, buddy checks, condition 1 weapons, and we'll load up once the ribs are alongside. Go.
Coming up.
Let's go.
As the Gettysburg pirate hunters rush to save the merchant ship, the pirates set their sights on a new target.